Alright, the Phoenix race weekend review. So it started off. The final races for all 3 series before the championship race. Of course, you know, Phoenix new configuration. Actually, it's just same configuration. They just moved the start-finish line to the front stretch. Right before the dog leg. So, truck race. That was actually a pretty good race. Brett Moffitt wins on the last-second restart, so he qualified for the Final 4. Noah Gragson gets the final spot on points, so the truck's Final 4 is set. It will be Noah Gragson, Justin Haley, Johnny Sauter, and Brett Moffitt. I will be doing a separate video previewing all 3 Final 4s for Homestead. A separate video, and I will give my championship predictions there. I will not for this video. See, Xfinity, watched. It was pretty boring. It was pretty meh. It was okay, but it wasn't good, but it wasn't terrible. Christopher Bell wins an impressive drive from the back of the field all the way to win at a track where it's really tough to pass, and it's a short race. Chris Bell wins, so he qualified. Daniel Hemrick and Tyler Reddick get in on points. So, I also forgot to mention for trucks, the 2 drivers eliminated are Ed Vinger and Matt Crafton. So those 2 drivers are out. For Xfinity, the 4 drivers that got eliminated were Matt Tiff, Austin Cindric, Elliott Sadler. Too bad. Too bad Elliott couldn't run for the championship in his last season. Oh well, Elliott. Don't worry, next week, maybe try and win. Go ride off in the sunset with the trophy. Happy retirement, I guess. And Justin Allgaier is also eliminated. So the chase grid is officially exposed. Like, seriously, how many fucking chase points did Allgaier have? You gotta have, like, what, close to 50? He was the goddamn regular season champion. And he gets eliminated. Well, mainly he got close to that hole because of what happened at Kansas, which was not even his fault. He was just caught up in someone else's mistake. So you can tell me you can be the most consistent driver all season and then get eliminated because one bad race puts you in a hole you couldn't dig out of. That is stupid. This just proves my point all year that the chase grid does not reward the best driver throughout the season, the title. It rewards the most mediocre driver. Because look at 3 of the Final 4. Cole Custer, mediocre, been mediocre all season. Daniel Hemrick, been mediocre all season. Who else? Tyler Reddick, hasn't really done much since Daytona. He's been really mediocre. Well, part of that you can blame the goddamn leeches for constantly being in the series and burying them. But in the end, you sometimes gotta take responsibility for that. But yeah, honestly, you know, the debate's up. You know, Chris Bell does have a faster car, but Allgaier's been more consistent. Like, the stats don't lie. And Allgaier's speed didn't lie. Maybe Allgaier can win next week. Oh, we'll have to see. But yeah. Honestly, I hope Chris Bell doesn't win the title. I want it to be one of the other three drivers so that the chase grid is exposed. Once and for all, the debate ends. Then everyone can shut the hell up about this chase grid supposedly being good. Besides, it doesn't even come close to mediocre. It just rewards the best driver at Homestead the title. Like, the title should not come down to how you do in one race. It should be about how you do what you do throughout the season. Like, can we please go back to at least the 2003 format? Where it was the best driver throughout the season won the title? Like, if we gotta keep the fucking chase, at least go back to the 2004 format. At least that one we were getting worthy champions to an extent. So now the Cup one. Cup one, well, before the race, earlier in the week, Harvick got penalized. Got his win encumbered, so it doesn't count toward championship eligibility. So Harvick had to once again race his way in, and Harvick also got a 40-point penalty, which meant Harvick entered this race only 3 points above the cutoff line. Well, to start the race, it looked like it was just going to be a boring race dominated by Harvick. But then Harvick blew his tire. Ended up in a hole. So Harvick went from being the choker, from the closer to the choker. Like, overall, this race was pretty meh. Wasn't a good Cup race, but it wasn't a terrible one either. Like, really, with the new configuration, you were having 3-4 wide on the restarts right off the bat. So, yeah. We had different drivers at the front throughout the race. We had a couple good back green flag battles for the lead between Chase Elliott and Kurt Busch. We also had Brad Keselowski in there, too. Erik Jones had some time up front. Like, it was a lot of different drivers up front. Mainly Harvick's blowing his tire open, the race wide open. So yeah, Kyle Busch ends up winning the race. So Kyle Busch, to no one's surprise, won. He was already locked in. That just put icing on the cake. Martin Truex makes it in on points. Kevin Harvick makes it in on points. Well, to be fair, with 40 laps to go, the big moment of this race, Kurt Busch on a restart racing hard with Denny Hamlin. Kurt Hamlin ended up accidentally squeezing Kurt into the wall. Because I think Kurt was on the high end of a 4-wide situation. Because Erik Jones was there along with Kyle Busch. Because he had cars on old tires and cars on new tires. So Kurt gets squeezed up in the wall. And then he goes back into Hamlin. And it causes a wreck. Chase Elliott gets taken out in it too. Alex Bowman got some damage too. So yeah, once Chase Elliott and Kurt Busch got damaged, it's like, yeah, Harvick's locked in. Because Boyer was already out with a wreck. And Almirola, the only way he was going to Homestead is if he won the race. Well, Almirola did come close. He finished 4th. But of course, close doesn't count unless you're playing horseshoes and hand grenades. So yeah, that's where we stack up. So, let's look at the 4 drivers that were eliminated from Cup. Start off with Chase Elliott. Well, Chase Elliott, he did really good this season. Won 3 races. Officially removed that choker label from his name. But let's be real, this was sort of a rebuilding year for Henrik. I wasn't expecting much. I think Chase Elliott did really good in terms of a rebuilding year. I look at Chase to come in strong next season. Because now Chase knows how to win races, and that will help him long term. So yeah, Chase, better luck next season. Next up, Kurt Busch. Well, Kurt Busch, he almost got it done. Honestly, Kurt was in a hole, but Harvick penalty gave him a fighting shot. But in the end, just wasn't enough. Damn, the light went out. Well, just wasn't enough. Kurt was probably at best maybe the 2nd or 3rd best Stewart-Haas car. Like, he was more consistent than Boyer. But overall, Kurt, tough break. But Kurt Busch, don't worry. You may get consolation because you might be going to Chip Ganassi in a downgrade. So you may be going from a top car to a 20th place car. Oh boy. Because we have no idea what your status is for 2019. Because it's rumored Suarez may go to the 41 or the 1. Because Martin Truex Jr. is confirmed to be going to the 19 along with Cole Pern. So Joe Gibbs Racing has just got stacked. They're loaded. They're trying to become a dynasty. Again. But yeah. Kurt Busch, enjoy the off-season. Next up, Aric Almirola. I did not expect Almirola to make the Final 4. I was right. But hey, Almirola, I say you should be proud of this season. Considering where Danica's taken that 10 car the last 5 years, this was a really big step in the right direction. Be proud of this season. You took some big steps, Almirola, in team competence, like winning a race, contending for race wins, making the chase, making it past the first round. Come back strong next season. As for your teammate, Clint Boyer, well, Boyer, you showed why I was skeptical about you going into the chase. Because really, you haven't had speed since Michigan when you won. Normally, I would say be proud this season considering where you were with that 14 car last year. But I say no, you should be disappointed. Boyer, this may have been your best chance at a championship since 2012. You should be disappointed in this season. But yeah. Well, so yeah, there's the Cup. So there we go. Cup Final 4 next week. Kyle Busch, Charter Truex, Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano. So pretty much the same Final 4 as last year. Just a different Penske car this time. Whoop-de-doo. Don't worry. I'll preview it in there. I'll also give my championship prediction on which of those 4 am I jinxing. Sadly, there is not an option to jinx all 4. But yeah, I think I've gone on long enough with this review. Because we're almost at 11 minutes. God damn. So yeah, got that to look forward to, and I will rip apart the Final 4. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Hope everyone has a great day, and yeah, peace out. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Ty Dillon at KamikazeGames met face-to-face at Phoenix. It ended with Kamikaze getting a beer from Ty Dillon and them taking a selfie. Oh what, you thought they were actually going to fight? Man, the closest I thought they were going to come was a trash talk battle. But hey, it's good to see that Ty and Kamikaze are back on the same page. By the way, Kamikaze, I hope you had fun at the race. Hope you had a fun time.